Today I've been working on just some 2D paintings or collage type paintings. Kind of been experimenting with a new piece. This one here. I've been looking into acrylic pouring, which is a technique where you mix acrylic paints with like a medium. This one's called Liquitex, and it's just like a kind of gloss type varnish. And I've been mixing like half, so half acrylic paint, half of this Liquitex, a little bit of water, and then just putting and then making up like a set of different coloured paints, putting them in like what do you call it, like a plastic cup, and then flipping the cup over on the canvas and then kind of letting the paints just pour out. And it's pretty interesting just getting all these kind of textures. I had a lot of kind of cracking kind of going on, and I was a bit like unsure of it. But then afterwards I thought, wow, they look pretty interesting. So yeah, it's given it a bit of a interesting feature there, like some kind of like skin or something. So like cracked skin. So it's yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, so that was pretty inspiring, just watching other artists experiment with that technique. And I think there's a lot you can really try with that. But at the same time, I realized that, you know, it's a bit difficult to tell whose artwork is whose, because obviously it all has this kind of style. So I'm trying to think of, okay, how can I add my own kind of style to it? So I've been thinking about adding like a circle. So I always like to focus on like a kind of internal space or a negative space, like a space to draw the eye into. So yeah, and then I've also got this, which is what is it called? Cellophane gloss. Apparently this is like, I don't know, it might be 7 years old or something. I got it from like a reuse center from my local from a local reuse center, and it's like this Ooze Green gloss. It's really, I always can laugh when I see this thing, because I don't know if that's meant to be the original color. It might just be because it's like, you know, years old, the color's changed. So I call this like Ooze Green. It smells pretty bad as well, so it's good to keep the windows open when you're using this thing. But I'm thinking of applying this to this as a thin layer. And this is another example of a previous painting. So you have like this kind of green effect, and that was just by using that Ooze Green gloss, like old school gloss. And but the surface is just, yeah, you get a really glossy surface. I don't know if you can see that, but so that's what I'm, yeah, so I kind of like that depth to it, that glossiness to it. It's quite shiny. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna use that and then apply it to the surface, and then kind of experiment further with that piece. And then this one is yeah, it's a larger canvas that I've been working on, and I really wanted to challenge myself with this, because I don't often work on a larger size. I don't know if you can see that, because of space wise, but yeah, I thought I'd just really challenge myself and kind of scale up a bit. So I've been kind of sticking all these barcodes on the surface. I've got a little gap there, and that's because the printer ink ran out. Yeah, so that was pretty annoying. Just when I needed to stick the remaining barcodes in the middle, and then the printer ink ran out. So yeah, I guess that's always the way. So I need to buy some new ink and get on the case and do that. But I like using, you know, just paper cutouts and collage, and I do a lot with kind of collage. I like to really build up the surface and create depth. And I think because I have that kind of 3D kind of mind, you know, when I'm working on my ceramic sculptures, with the 2D pieces, I really want to make them, like the images pop off the surface like a 3D piece. So I think that's why I enjoy using collage. I think because it has that kind of, yeah, almost that 3D kind of depth to it, because you're kind of sticking things on, building up the surface and textures. I mean, kind of like this one, because these are barcodes as well. So it was just, you know, stuck on, applied to the surface, and used this gloss paint. Not the Ooze Green. This is a white gloss paint. And then laying that, and then layering acrylic paints on top of that. So yeah, so I like experimenting with collage. So yeah, so anyway, that's the progress so far, and I'm just gonna keep working on this thing and seeing where this leads, and just keep experimenting and really trying to build up the surface and depth, texture. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.